Okay, so let us solve this problem of inequality. I think Junaid and Umar has problem with this. So I discussed this question in the class as well. So what do we need to do over here? Let's read out the question. So farmer Taylor is placing a fence around his field. He has 300 meters of fencing, but this is not enough. Okay, so he has 300 meters of fencing, but it is not enough for the field. Okay, so what we need to do is form an inequality in terms of x. The next thing is solve the inequality to find the possible width of the field. Okay, now look at this field. It's a rectangular field, right? So when we say the word fencing, what does it mean? That means we are providing some boundary. Yeah, over here we are just providing a boundary so that no one can come into the field or no other animal can get into the field. Yeah, so we provide fencing like this. Okay, so we are not providing fencing inside the field, we are providing fencing around the field. Okay, like this. Okay, so that nothing, like no one can enter, or this is let's say it's just a boundary around the field, right? That is what we call fencing. So the fencing the farmer has provided is 300 meters, but which is not enough. Okay, remember, so if we are trying to put the fencing around the field, that means we are actually fencing around the perimeter of the field, because this portion inside, this is the area, but when we talk about the boundary, then that's the perimeter. Okay, so the fencing is actually like on the perimeter of the field, not on the area. Okay, not in the area. So what is the formula for perimeter of a rectangle? So let's start with the first one. A, form an inequality in terms of x. So we know that the perimeter of this rectangle, the formula for perimeter of a rectangle equals to 2 into length plus breadth. Yeah, that's a formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. Now what is the length? The length is 2x plus 5. And what is the breadth? The breadth is x meter. You can see it, the larger side is the length, the shorter side is the breadth. So we can write equals to 2 into 2x plus 5, this is our length, plus breadth is what? X. So equals to 2 into 2x plus x is 3x, so 3x plus 5, then you multiply 2 times 3x, then again 2 times 5. So if we multiply, we can see 2 into 3x is 6x, plus 2 into 5 is 10. So the perimeter of the field, perimeter of this field is 6x plus 10 meter. Okay, now we have to create an inequality. The question is form an inequality in terms of x. Okay, so this is the perimeter, right? So but we need to form an equality in terms of x. So there is another information given. He has 300 meters of fencing, but this is not enough. Okay, that means he has fenced 300 meters. Let's say he has provided fencing over here. Let's say starting from here, he has provided here, here, and till here, let's say. So it's not enough to cover the field. Okay, that is what's mentioned over here. So let's say from here till here, till here, till here, it's 300 meters. Okay, but the perimeter of the rectangle is more than 300 meters. You understand? Because it says that he has already provided 300 meters of fencing, but this is not enough. That means the perimeter of this rectangle is more than 300 meters. Okay, so what we can write now, so we can write, so according to question, 6x plus 10, which is the perimeter of the field, is greater than 300. You understand? Because this is the perimeter of the field, but it's already mentioned that for the fencing it is required more than 300 meters, because 300 meters is not enough. So we'll write 6x plus 10 is greater than 300, because this is the perimeter of the field. The perimeter of the field is greater than 300. So this is my answer for part A, form an inequality in terms of x. So part B, solve the inequality to find the possible width of the field. So this one is simple, we just need to solve it. So we can write from B, 6x plus 10 is greater than 300, or 6x plus 10 minus 10 is greater than 300 minus 10, right, subtracting 10 on both sides. Okay, or 6x is greater than 290, or 6x divided by 6 is greater than 290 divided by 6, or x is greater than, here we will write dividing both sides by 6. I hope you already know this, dividing both sides by 6. So 6x by 6 is x, 290 I need to check. Let's say 290, if you divide by 2 is 145, then 3. Again, if you divide 3, let's say 1 plus 5 plus 4, 9 plus 1, 10. So it's not possible to divide them anymore. So what we find over here is x is greater than 145 by 3. So over here in answer we can write, so the width, because if you see in the figure, the width is x meter. Yeah, this is the width. Okay, so the width should be greater than 145 by 3 meter. This shall be your answer. Okay, I hope this is clear. Yeah, the width should be greater than 145 by 3 meter.